Hey guys, Maya here, and I want to talk about the new player experience in Wuthering Waves. So I created 3 accounts to see how the new player experience is, and I have a lot to talk about. You might ask, Maya, why 3 accounts? Well, to start us off, the first account I made was strictly with the intention of replaying the patch 2.2 story on stream. Originally, I cleared it off stream when I was on hiatus in March, and I wanted to play it on stream with chat. You know how it goes. That was the original intention, but then it just kind of evolved into a project. So here we are, talking about my experience with making a new account in this game. Now, there's a few gimmies right off the bat. Since this is the anniversary right now, for another couple weeks, we have a bunch of extra pulls to work with. You log in, you get up to the events, and you just get 30 pulls for free. 10 limited pulls, 10 weapon pulls, and 10 standard pulls. And from the mailbox, as of 5/24, this is after the anniversary date, you can still make a new account and get the 5-star selector ticket. This will last until patch 2.4 on 6/11. So you make a new account. As of recording this, you can get 20 standard pulls from the mailbox, 1 5-star selector, and a handful of other goodies. Together with the 10 standard pulls you get from the anniversary, that's 30 out of 40 pulls you need to clear the beginner banner. Now the other 10 pulls can come from leveling up your account to 15. You can get away with only going up to level 5 if you pick up the standard pulls from the store before the limited pulls, which I don't recommend doing that at the end of a patch. You might not be able to finish getting them before the patch ends, and then you're just you lose some limited pulls. But if you're toward the middle or the beginning of the patch, sure, you can grab those standard pulls right away and then get the limited pulls right after, and you won't miss out on anything. You can clear your beginner banner right away at about level 5 and have a standard character right from the get-go. And then you could also use your 5-star selector to pick a character that you didn't pull just then. I do recommend holding that 5-star selector until you get your 5-star from the beginner banner. And right after the beginner banner, that is replaced by a selector standard banner where it does take an 80 pull pity. You can only pull 10 at a time, but you can pick who you get. So 1 random standard 5-star from the beginner banner, 1 selected 5-star from the ticket, and 1 selected 5-star from the following banner after the beginner banner. That's pretty good. So you can guarantee yourself to get Verena and Encore. Those are my personal top 2 picks out of the standard pull. And after that, I would recommend John Shen. So if you get any of those 3 from your beginner banner, you can just get the other 2 from your tickets. Or you can just not get John Shin and get a dupe for Verena if you happen to get Encore or Verena from your beginner banner. You know, however you want to do it. But anyway, moving on from how many pulls you get right off the bat, how long does it take to get to Renacida? That is my next big point. On the first of those 3 accounts I mentioned, it took me a little while. If I recall, I was Union level 20 something before I unlocked the skip to Renacida. I had no idea how to do it. There was one crucial thing I was missing, and you can get this right off the bat when you first start your account. So what you do is when you enter Jinzhou, on your way through to the center of the city, stop by the Sonat's Casket guy and talk to him, and turn in that first Sonat's Casket you got on the little cliff overlooking Jinzhou right before you enter the city for the first time. Just talk to him real quick. That is required. You have to do it. Let's get it out of the way. My first account, I didn't unlock the skip to Renacida or the rest of the events until I did that. I could have went to Renacida a lot sooner. Just trust me, get it. Other than that, the only requirement that I noticed is that you have to reach level 14. Once you hit 14, the rest of the events will open up. They may not be available to you, but they will tell you what level they unlock at. But at that point, at level 14, and after talking to the Sonat's Casket guy, you can skip the Renacida. The whole process took me around 3 hours on the second account. That's right, the second account I made specifically to see how long it takes to unlock the Renacida skip. And the third account I made today as of recording to see what you get out of the mailbox. And that was it. Yeah, so accounts 2 and 3 were just to see when you get stuff and how much stuff you get. The first of the 3 accounts is the actual new player account that we have made a significant amount of progress on. I want to log in and show you guys exactly how much stuff I've gotten. Okay, so this account is right about 1 month old now. We are at Union level 43, We were at 25 within the first couple of days. Our data bank is level 22. We skipped the Renacida, so we still have a bit of story to do here. I have not completed up to Havoc Rover's unlock. However, I have done Arrow Rover's unlock and discovered something that you probably want to know. I unlocked Arrow Rover, but I can't actually switch to Arrow Rover. You have to unlock Havoc Rover to unlock the switch function. It is what it is, I guess. So that's what I'm doing next, is finishing the 1.0 story. So characters that I have. I pulled Phoebe from the reruns of the first half of the anniversary banner for one reason and one reason alone. So that I could do this. Her mid-air hold attack. She has a lot of mobility with this. It is just fantastic for getting around. And she hits really hard because her best teammate is the one you start the game with, Spectro Rover. So play these two together and you are eating good. Throw in a Verena, or if you happen to have started the game when Shorekeeper was running right before the anniversary, like this account did, Shorekeeper. But chances are you don't have Shorekeeper, so you would have to wait till her next rerun. So you'd just be playing with Verena, which is perfectly fine. Right now, our Phoebe is level 70 with a level 70 Jinjo Keeper. We have made some progress with her skill book here. Some stuff is level 4. We've got one of her major fortes. We've got one of her minor fortes. Rover is a level 60 with S3 so far. We can still get one more dupe out of doing the story, I believe, or the Sonots casket vendor, I'm not sure. And then there's 2 more on Mount Firmament to get from the Sonots caskets there. They're called wind chimes, if I recall. We also have the Blood Pack's Pledge, which I went ahead and leveled up to 70. It's the best sword I have access to right now because I don't have Emerald of Genesis. It just has a lot of high attack and a lot of ER. You know, it's basically a stat stick, but since Spectro Rover can heal, they can still proc this skill damage thing, and it will just re-proc every tick. Because you know, Spectro Rover's Resonance Liberation. I'm talking out my ass. You don't get that till S4. Well, this is awkward. Well, get S4 and you can have that with the Blood Pack's Pledge. But yeah, anyway, moving on. I do recommend getting a full set of Spectro Frazzle gear for Rover as soon as you can on your new player account. This is really all you need to get through the game. You don't really have to fish for substats at these lower levels. You just need the 5 set with preferably usable main stats. Like I have here, Spectro damage on the 2 3s costs, and then the 1 costs all have attack percent. But yeah, so in total, I have Phoebe, we have Spectro Rover at level 60, we have Shorekeeper. She's locked at level 50 because I don't have access to the Black Shores yet. That's in patch 1.3, and I haven't finished the 1.0 quests. So is what it is. We got Verena, we got Encore, I've got Yang Yang at S2, which is pretty nice. We got Johnshin from the beginner banner, I think, and then I picked Encore and Verena. I think that's how that went. We got Sanhua, she's got 1 dupe. We got Baijo with 2 dupes. There's Lumi, there's, what's his name, Discord moderator. Got Don Jean at S4 because holy shit. I tried to pull Cheng-Li out of the second half here, and we have those characters too, but I'm not going to bother with them. Yeah, I tried to pull Cheng-Li out of the second half here. I haven't landed a hit on her. Maybe we can just one-tap it real quick. Yeah, I didn't think so. I had to try though, right? But yeah, the account is pretty strong. We are building up to have 2 teams with Encore. What we're planning to do is running these 3. I would put Verena or Abijah in for Shorekeeper otherwise. And also these 3. If not, again, if you don't have Shorekeeper, Verena or Abijah. Verena on one team, Abijah on the other. It doesn't really matter which. But Encore Sanhua is very strong, and your Spectro Rover by herself is very strong. You can put her with basically anyone. Like, this is a very strong comp as well. You can have Spectro Rover, Yang Yang, and Verena. This comp on my main account, I have used with S6 Rover, S6 Yang Yang, and I don't remember what Verena. I think she was S2. Fully built. Their skills are built. I use this to clear TOA, the Resetting Hazard Tower TOA. These 2 are a really good combination because Yang Yang enables Rover's ult to come up more often. It's pretty nice. Anyway. Yeah, these 2 comps, if you don't have someone else, but I have Phoebe, so I'm using this instead. But yeah, that's my new player account. We have gotten pretty far. There's one more thing I want to talk about, but I want to talk about that in another video. And that is, I'm going to give you a little preview. Fantasies of 1,000 Gateways. This game mode is amazing for a new account. It's amazing for all accounts, but it's especially amazing for a new account, and I'll tell you why in the next video. So make sure you're subscribed, drop me a like and a comment below, and by the way, we are going to make another one of these new player experience videos in the next patch when the replacement for the 5-star selector ticket comes out. What they said about the 5-star selector ticket is that when it goes away, they are going to add a way to get a new one. So it won't come in the mail anymore, but I don't know how we're going to get it. But I think that's going to be in 2.4. When that comes around and we know it's in the game, I'm going to do another new player experience account and we'll do another review then so that you guys know what to expect going forward from there. But until then, I'll see you next time. Bye!